liking the way the water runs, the way it flows. And obviously we're 2 hours from high tide, so obviously rule 12ths. Have a look at that, how that particularly plays out in this particular lovely location. It's running quite briskly there. Okay, that's what you call an excellent morning, afternoon's paddle. What we did, we launched here, Roe Island, and then paddled across to Piel Island. Stopped off, took a couple of pictures of the Piel Castle, or the fortified house, the ruins of that. Carried straight on. It's about a K from here to the pub. The pub wasn't open, that's the landing stage where the ferry goes in, and we then carried on. You probably can't quite see it. The south end of Walney Island, right across the Walney estuary, and then we hung around there for a bit, saw a few seals popped up, and really you don't really need to go looking for the seals because the seals will come and find you. There's probably a group of maybe 10, 12, maybe more than that, messing around by the boats. Very frustrating trying to get pictures, so try and get a few and then just enjoy the experience. They'll creep up behind you, mess about, splash around. You'll see them go underneath the boat or the board. It really is quite spectacular. There's also some great bird colonies there. There's eider ducks that I recognised. There's some dunnets, oyster catchers, different sorts of terns. Ornithologists will spot more than I can recall. But what a great paddle. Just be aware of the tides when you're going out, going in, and sort of ferry gliding across and just picking a route, if you're not familiar with sea paddling, that's safe and sensible. And obviously check the tide times and make sure you have time to get back safely. What I'm going to do now is go up further into Walney Island and have a look, because I think you'll get quite a nice circumnavigation of the island. It's a few kilometres long, but with a good paddle, obviously with all the wildlife, because most of the Walney Island is a wildlife refuge. Last little bit of admin for today. Parking by the lifeboat station is free, but obviously if it's busy, say the ferry's running and the pub's open, then it might get a bit full, so it might be worthwhile offloading your boat there and then using the car park, the boaters car park on the north side of Roe Island. It's a short walk from the lighthouse station. Anyway, the whole thing we did today was about 7-8k. We sort of spent a lot of time messing around with the seals. They found us, as I say. If you carried on round to the lighthouse, that's the 1804 White Lighthouse, that's going to be about 10k, and depending on wind and weather and tide, you could go out to a group of rocks called the Falkland Islands. There's one called St Helena, and there's a sandbank called South America. It doesn't quite look like South America, but you'll get the idea when you look at it on a map. Anyway, on the way back, you'll see down the causeway there's an old hulk of a ship. We took a few pictures of that. That was good. The close-up of the seal, interestingly, was right near Sonia's boat. She was out in a white outrigger 01. I was out on my 14-foot starboard SUP, but that was really quite a chance encounter and a fortunate photograph. Other than that, worth looking at is the Rampside Lighthouse. It's an 1875 structure. There used to be 13 leading lights to guide traffic, seagoing, water-going traffic into Barrow-in-Furness, and it's the only one that survives. It's worth, you'll see it on the A8075 on the way in. It's worth stopping and having a look at. Victorian structure, lighthouse. Apart from that, really good. And the only real traffic you'll see in the channel is the service boats that go out to service the hundreds, literally hundreds of wind turbines off the coast of Walney Island. That's the other side from where we were, so the seaside coast, and you can actually just about see the Isle of Man as well if you go further up Walney. Anyway, that's it. Great paddle today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the photos, and see you next time. Cheers.